Okay. Vita. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from
This division. It's a better division than 47. It's more well-known champions. So here's the time to make your legacy right now and get yourself a nice historical run. You know what I mean? This is the time to do it.
Boots versus all the champions. You think he beats? You think he can clear them all at 54?
Um, what would it be? Bakram, Pandora,
Us.
Abaz, and Zayas, right? I would think Boots is the favorite over all of them. Abbas is kind of an unknown, but I was impressed with him. Bakram is a really good
Without a
counterpuncher.
title, he's a favorite with all of them.
Yeah, I think he will be the betting favorite on the lines.
Oh, but yeah.
Uh, I think Bakram is the most dangerous fight because he can counterpunch, and Boots is like sometimes he gets a little offensive, and he'll take a shot or two. He's shown a good chin so far, but anybody could go if you get hit right. And um, Bakram showed that he has a big left hook. But I think that Bakram struggles to make weight. I look at him when he makes weight. I don't think that he could probably hang on the other side of six, if the fight goes late in the fight. Fundora is a wild card, with his length and his height, but I think he's a big target for Boots. I think that he's not twitchy enough. He's a little bit slow. Um uh
Bakram's kind of slow too.
yeah, but he's quick minded with one shot. You feel what I'm saying, bro? He's not fast if we doing flurries, if you running the pads off with flurries, but for one shot, watch that fight with Zoo. That one hook, that one little catch and counter that he does, he's quick. It's a little bit difference between quickness and speed. Quickness is in your mind, speed is in your body. So he's not like fast as if he was running off combinations, but for one shot, he's quick with that shot. You could tell he practiced that shot over and over again.
Right.
Um,
He's
um,
experienced when it comes to the timing of that.
Yeah, he has impeccable timing. Like Bernard Hopkins wasn't the fastest guy, but his lead right hand, boom, right on the money, man. And then you got Zayas. He's a little young. He looked good in his championship fight, but I don't think he's I don't think he's on the level to fight Boots. I don't think Top Rank would do that right now. You know what? I don't know what they would do. Because things is different now with no TV deals and all that, so you can't really say. But I would think that Boots will be the favorite over all four champions. But that's fluid because if he fights all four of them, who knows how each fight gonna look. But if everybody was matched up today, I would pick Boots to beat all four champions. And I think Bakram
Elaborate.
is the hardest fight.
Elaborate a little bit when you said that Top Rank don't got a network deal, so you wouldn't know how they would go about risking Zayas. He was signed at 16, so
Well, under normal circumstances, you probably wouldn't risk Zayas versus Boots. Boots would be a -5, -600 favorite to beat Zayas right now, to be totally honest with you. And you don't put a young kid in a fight like that against a guy that good. Top Rank got the best matchmakers, the best odds, like in the business. Brad Goodman and Bruce Trampler and Carl Moretti, they've been around too long not to know that Boots is a level above Zayas. Let's just be honest. They know that. They can't say it. They're not gonna go out and be like, yeah, this guy gonna beat my guy, but they not stupid. You don't put a 22-year-old kid in there with him under normal circumstances. But I don't know what's going on with the TV. Everything is crazy now. So who knows? Right now, they might get offered a certain amount of money where they have to do it. I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for them, but I do know that they don't have the ESPN deal no more. So according to your deal, things change. With PBC, it was certain fights wasn't getting made when they was calling the shots. Now fights is getting made. Like, all right, go fight now because the platforms is different. The dates are lower. We don't have the luxury to do certain things anymore. So we will have to see. But I will make Boots the favorite over all of them. And I think that Bachman will probably be the toughest fight in terms of danger because he's probably the biggest hitter. He got the most one-shot power out of the four champions, and he got the good counter punching. And but I think that Boots will beat all of them.
hey, what it do? Still coming down.
Jim and Screw, Big Boss Dog, Boss Dog can't pull through the door. Here to talk to Bucks, fucking master, little community, sometimes don't let good people do enough. So cut them in if I lie, maybe better. Peak game, 84s on one swing. How y'all doing? All right. So Stephen Breadman Edwards was interviewed by Mill City Boxing. Shout out to them. I always like listening to Stephen Breadman Edwards speak. He's a great boxing mind. I feel like he's a great coach. You know what I mean? And his responses to me don't be biased. They don't be emotional. Let me say that, because you got a lot of dudes, they speak out of emotion. It be biased answers. He don't talk like that. Like, he talks like, even if he know a guy, he didn't train with a guy, it's more like, okay, you know, yeah, this my guy, but you know, this is what I think, right? So he speaks unbiasedly a lot. So I got much respect for him. But he says that Jambu Ennis, I mean, you heard the audio, says that Jambu Ennis, he would pick Jambu Ennis to beat all of the current champions at 154 pounds, which is Fundor, Bakram Murtazalev, Boyu, and Xander Zayas. I don't 100% agree with that. I'm not going to cap. I think that he would struggle with certain individuals, certain fights. I think the Bakram Murtazalev fight is a tough fight, in which I agree. Steve Breadman Edwards did say that Bakram Murtazalev will be a tough fight for Boots Ennis, and but he said Sebastian Fundora is a bit slow, and Boots will be able to, you know. I disagree with that. I think Sebastian Fundora is a tough fight for anybody. Do I think he's slow? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he knows how he's learning. It's a lot of fighters that are slow, but they know who they are as fighters, right? So they know how to maximize on opportunities and timing. And I just think Sebastian Fundora is that type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's growing into a champion to where he knows, hey, I'm the bigger guy. Let me utilize this jab. I ain't got to get in a blend with you all the time. I ain't got to go to war with you all the time. Let me use this jab. Let me stay long. Let me look to counter you. Let me set up my shots. You know, let me place my shots. And that's what I think he's learning to do. If he got to go to war with you, he's willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, he's learning to fight smart and counter you. So I got nothing but respect for Sebastian Fundora. I think that's a tough fight for Boots as well. The Abbas fight, you know, the German, I don't know that much about the guy, you know what I mean, to speak on that fight. So I'm going to put that as a question mark, because I haven't seen the dude fight. I heard Boots comment on him. He said pressure. So Boots has seen him fight. I haven't watched none of his fights. I'm not going to cap and sit on here and be like, oh yeah, I watched him. You know, like, I haven't seen him fight. So, but Xander Zayas, I do agree, is not ready to fight on that level. I think Boots will stop Xander Zayas. I'm just being real with you. I feel like Boots will stop Xander Zayas. But I think, you know, it is 154 pounds, right? And the guys you may think are going to get in there and going to lose, they get in there and they shine. Like I said, Bakram Murtazalev, when he fought Tim Tszyu, I was like, man, Tim Tszyu got that in the bag. I don't care what this dude do. And then Tim Tszyu got body bag and toe tag, right? I learned a lot about Bakram Murtazalev. Then I went back and started watching, and I'm like, watching a lot of his fights, and I'm like, this dude dangerous, right? And he's like a low-key, sneaky, elite counterpuncher. I was like, oh, nah. I said, oh, no. I'm telling y'all, I've been telling y'all for the longest. Y'all, and you know, people be getting mad, like, oh, why he sucks. Okay. I'm telling y'all, bro, that dude is a different dude. I've been telling y'all for the longest. Y'all don't listen to me. Y'all just think I'm just blowing smoke. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Go tell, all right? Why you think nobody want to fight him? Nobody want to fight him, right? Nobody want to fight that boy, man. When I say nobody want to fight that man. So what are we talking about? Okay, I've told y'all and I've been telling y'all, the dude is dangerous, right? That's a dangerous fight for Boots. You know what I'm saying? Boots gonna have to be perfect that night. He gonna have to be crispy, because if he make a mistake, he gonna have to pay, right? You know, and he mentioned something. They said Boots, sometimes he get in a blend with you, right? He gets so offensive, you know, that he may get caught with some stuff, right? And he's showing a chin. I'm telling you right now, Boots ain't gonna be able to he can't give that man nothing. If Boots fight Bakram, he can't give him nothing, right? Which Bakram is ready. He fiending for fights. He's fiending. I'm telling you. Y'all don't understand. I'm telling y'all. Keep messing with Mr. Allah Akbar. I'm not telling you this because, I'm a fan of Bakram Razak. I'm telling you this because what I see. I'm looking at Cub, I'm like, man. You know what I mean? Now, granted, you know, you're a fighter. You don't care about none of that. You're like, man, smoke is smoke. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand that. But at the same time, as a fight fan, I'm like, I don't know if you want to do that, player. I don't know if that's the smoke you want, man. You know, hey, bless you. You know, that's all I'm saying. But I don't agree that Boots will be the. They might make Boots the betting favorite. It just depends how he looks in his next couple fights, right? So let's say Boots fights Virgil Ortiz, and he looks remarkable, right? And then he gets a title shot with Bakram Murzalo and Fundora, right? Then, you know, or Boots versus Eric Salubin, and Boots looks spectacular. I think his next fight would decide everything, right? This fight, he just beat a guy that everybody knew he can beat, right? So his next fight, if he's able to beat a guy, beat Virgil Ortiz, and he looks spectacular, remarkable, then that's another story. That's where we sit there and be like, okay, yeah, I can see him being a favorite. But I still feel like those two fights, Fundora and Bakram Murzalev, are going to be his toughest fights. You know, those are 50-50 fights for me. I can't clear-cut say he could beat him. I think Boots can clear-cut beat Xander Zayas and clear-cut beat Brave. But like I said, it's 54. So, you know, 154 pounds, the dude you think you going to beat may stop you. You never know. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.